Do you purposefully court controversy?
Yes, I suppose so.
Really?
Well, I like to find stories that represent a real dilemma, you know. I mean, what would I do in that situation? Or for the viewers, what would they do in that situation? I think, yeah, I do like controversial subjects, yes. It would be absolutely wrong of me to say I didn't. No, you're quite right. Yeah.
And yet, one of the things that strikes me in this film is that, and certainly in some of the other ones that we'll go on to see, which deal with some difficult topics as well, you're not judgmental. I don't have the feeling when I come away from the film that you've been judgmental about it. I mean, just in that short clip, we heard a few things that might give some of us some cause for concern, but that's not, it doesn't feel as if you are necessarily putting this up in front of us and saying, see, this is a form of behavior which really is peculiar, or it's not appropriate, or that relationship that some of the fathers have with their daughter seems odd. I like the fact that you bring us in close in the way that you obviously have established a rapport with the people that you're making the film about, but you're not judging them. Is that fair to say?
Well, on a simplistic level, that's fair to say. But obviously I've chosen the subject, I've chosen the characters, I've edited the film, and I know absolutely what I'm doing all the way through. And I just think the best way of getting the core of the film across, the essence of the film across, is if I'm a calm presence as opposed to a noisy presence in the film. So yes, I do listen to people, I interview them quite closely. I ask them very simple questions to which they give much fuller answers, and they give themselves away, they reveal themselves to me. So I do want everyone to be aware of all the issues that come out of the idea, for example, of embracing the purity movement, that it involves control by the fathers. The subtext to that is that control and interest healthy or unhealthy? I mean, it was an interesting subject, I think because, you know, the idea of Britney, at the time we were making it in Colorado, Britney Spears was stumbling out of nightclubs drunk with mascara zebraed eyes, and her 2 children were apparently, you know, almost in care. And that image represents the ultimate nightmare for these people. And that's what they don't want their daughters to become. And that's what most of us don't want our daughters to become. So how do you get your daughters not to be like that? And they have put up very strong barriers, very strong black and white rules that you have the best chance of a happy marriage if you've had no physical contact at all with your partner. Now, as I would say to them, that is not how I've lived my life. That's not how my friends have lived their lives. That's not how our daughters live our lives. But that's the way they've chosen. So are we missing anything by not doing it their way? What do we gain by doing it our way? What's the right way to do it? Are the dads creepy? Yes, at times they're creepy. But I don't need to say that. They're creepy themselves. I mean, you know, I just sit there with a camera. I mean, they come out with what they believe, and I just sit there quietly, listening. It's called listening. If you listen, people will tell you things.
I mean, it's interesting that you, you know, in drawing that parallel, because I think in one of the interviews, you made the remark, or at least the question was posed to you, are these films that you've made, these 40-some films, more about you exploring your own sense of values as compared with these others that we're seeing? Or is it truly about the stories themselves?
Oh no, it's about them. I mean, I'm just very curious. And
so it's not that you're re-exploring the relationship that you had with your own father,
oh, not at
who
all.
was more hands-off and had very busy with his career and didn't have that kind of engagement.
No. He was outraged, actually, when he saw the film.
In what way?
Oh, he thought they were very creepy.
Yeah.
No, I'm not exploring myself, really. I mean, obviously, I do think about what I think. I think one of the problems with the job, actually, is that you can become a bit amoral as you, not immoral, but amoral as you do it, because I learn to see things from so many points of view. I hear so many people talking about how they get through life that I almost get lost. About 10 days, 12 days after a film goes out, I get lovely letters from my friends who've torn out a review from the Times or the Telegraph or the Guardian or the Sunday Times and said, I just thought I'd send this to you in case you didn't see it. And I mean, they just don't know that I am down at the newsagents at 6:30, 7, the morning after a film's gone out, shaking, thinking, it's not about me. It's like, oh God, is Kate going to be okay? What are they going to think about so-and-so? What are they going to think about it? Are they going to write about it at all?
Do you want people to love the film or love you through your work?
Oh, not me, no. Can you separate the two? But no, I want them to love the film. I want them to have had an hour where they've shifted their position on the marginalised, on people on the edge of society, on morals, on how to live your life. That doesn't mean we all want to go off and become prostitutes or heroin addicts, but everybody is somebody's son. Everybody is somebody's son or daughter. Everybody has had a story. Some people have had terrible lives. Some people have had good lives but made bad choices. Some people have had bad lives and made good choices. And we're all a fascinating mix. Everybody has an incredible story somewhere inside them. And I just want people to communicate, to listen, to reach out and understand us all better. And that's just my little contribution to it. And I don't know how long I'm going to be able to go on going, because I'm sure I'm going to burn out soon. But it's just what I try to do. I'm not saying I do it, it's what I try to do.
Well, that's a wonderful note to end on, and it's been such a treat to have you on the Director's Cut.
Thank you.
Jane Treays, thank you so much for coming and joining us.
Thank you.